Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Hello everyone to another round of Magic the Gathering Arena, and we're continuing to play Commence the Endgame, which is a special game mode with using counters as part of the war, as fourth part of the War of the Spark tie-in with Magic the Gathering Arena. In the last video we stopped unlocking the cosmetic for Dovin Hand of Control, and as you can see I also unlocked the glass style for Eugen the Ineffable. In the last video we played a green-white deck that had something to do with tokens vaguely. I switched it up this time, and for this video I switched it to a blue, black, red triple color deck. That's basically the other three colors to the two we've seen before that have some notion of amass keyword, or +1/+1 counters, or removing +1/+1 counters, or doing anything, proliferate, adapt, things like that. The deck somewhat works, but I feel like the chances to shoot myself in the foot are higher with 3 different colors of mana than with just 2. Since for this game mode it is really important, I can't stress this fact enough. For this game mode it's really important to have a good early game. So if your early game's already so-so, then if your early game is so-so, in this game in particular, it just spirals out of control from then on. You're basically caught on the back foot from the beginning and have a really hard time to recover from that. Having said that, I feel like this compilation of cards that I'm playing has a bit of a better chance of recovering than what we were playing in last stream. No attacks, but still, you don't want to be caught out on the back foot. There, it's very important that we drew that land here. Any number of creatures. Yes, we do that, and then we'll just we won't do that since we won't get... Do we have anyone with amass? Yes. Okay. So we're hoping we're drawing another land next turn so that we can get our army tokens back, because right now we won't get army tokens since the Hellion has tokens already, and it will only give us the army token if we have no creatures or planeswalkers in play that have counters on them. Okay. So we're hoping for another land, a source of mana really, to get to our 4 mana slots, because this is really where most of my cards live at. there's our mana. Perfect. And we gonna play do we want to do that, or do we? Yeah, we play this card.
Ever seen water burn? You will.
We could get rid of both of his blockers if he chooses to. Nope, we'll just do a ton of damage. And we get our army back, and then we get tokens.
Your head.
I'm wondering what card he was looking for with his tutor. Oh, okay. Of course.
Spark will be mine. Suffer for your cause.
Of course. Well, we have a chance to kill it next turn if he doesn't have a shock in hand. Even if he does, we would kill it next turn. We're gonna get our army back.
Come on, then.
Or power up our army, I guess. Then we don't have any cantrips, right? So we could make... Could make him unblockable. How do I do this? Oh wait, I can win the game. Yeah. I just play this. And then he doesn't have enough creatures to block anymore. Since all of my creatures have menace. Problem solved. For a second there, the dropping Nicol Bolas was kind of like a big move, but since all of my creatures had menace and he only had one creature in play, he did not have enough creatures to block the damage coming through. Rover of the Mighty gets +2/+2 as long as you control a dinosaur. Okay, he doesn't get tokens, so he's not really worth anything in this game mode. Let's buy another pack. Get packs. The next, so part 5 is gonna be a constructed Magic the Gathering Edition 19 and Ravnica block cards only game mode. So the deck that you'll create for the game mode next can only contain cards from the War of the Spark, the Ravnica Legions, and the Guilds of Ravnica, and of course the Magic 2019 base set cards. So there will not be any Dominaria, any Ixalan, or Ixalan or Rivals of Ixalan cards allowed for that game mode. So that's why I have been opening a whole lot of Ravnica Legions and War of the Sparks. So I'm lacking some cards from this edition, so to say. And I'm gonna invest some of these coins for these packs to maybe get some interesting fillers. And also get some much needed dual lands from this edition. Find Infinality. Counters for blue and for black and green. Conclave Tribunal. I have seen Wand of Vertebrae. I have not played with any of these cards or seen any of these cards before since I started playing Magic the Gathering Arena after this rotated out. Mephitic Vapors. Okay. So my hopes are that for the next game mode I get a bit of a bigger library from editions that I don't have many cards of yet. Since as a reward I'll only get the War of the Spark boosters, I resorted to investing my coins that I get for free for basically playing the game to be invested in editions that I don't have that many cards of yet. And of course I could always invest my wild cards, my wild cards for cards that I would like to have to fill any deck where I'm feeling particularly missing out on something. But really I think for these just one-off game modes I'm not gonna be investing many of them, since I really like, or in my mind, these lend themselves more to constructed game modes, like rank constructed, where it could be really important to have where it would really be important to have a solid foundation for your constructed deck. Okay, which one do we discard? I can't play this one anytime soon, so I'll discard that one. Attack. I hope I don't regret tossing away all those lands. Okay, I guess that was enough for him to give up, so to say. He must have been sitting on a very bad draw or a very bad mulligan situation, where really, from the cards he drew, he felt like he was so far behind already in turn 3 that he would not be able to recover from that. Even though I clearly didn't know which cards to play exactly to eke out more ahead than I already seemed. These dual lands in this game mode are like really more double-edged than they are in regular games, since you're like behind even more. Okay, another mulligan situation. And he mulliganed down to 5 cards, right? And as I said in my videos before, as soon as you get to a certain point where you mulligan so often that you're basically behind from the very get-go, you might as well just, since there's no repercussion, you might as well just give up. If a land is tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces, instead of any other type in the mound, each spell a player casts cost 1 more to cast for each other spell that player has cast this turn. Okay. So mana acceleration is dampened, and also spells get more expensive. Okay. And I like in Magic the Gathering Arena that you get these like little rewards while you're playing. Basically, for playing the game, you get rewarded. I yet have to invest a single dollar in the game directly. I mean, besides the time that I put in to play this, I have not spent any real world actual dollars on boost packs. So all of these cards I have acquired because I play this game, and I like that very much about this game. That gives basically players the chance to get someplace decent, or at least semi-decent, even without investing a ton of money. Obviously you want to play certain decks in Constructed. Buying all these mythicals is not really possible in this game, where you would have to buy a whole ton of boosters to get to the cards, so to hopefully find the cards that you would like. There's our land, so we're gonna toss... What do we toss? Probably the Eternal. Yep, since it gives us the least amount of value from the cards that I have in my hand. Then we keep the mountain instead of the island, since this requires double red or a black, and I don't have a black yet. I can't play Essence Capture though, which is fine. I don't plan on playing it right now. At the end, if he doesn't proliferate or add counters on this guy otherwise, it will be 3/3 next turn, which will still be enough to bedeck him and remove him from the game that way. So I'm playing Conjurant this turn. I put Kenko in here because he profits or benefits from getting +1/+1 counters, but getting him to a place where he actually gets counters and is doing something useful with them is really hard. So we gonna bedeck this token army. And then just flat out attack. And then should he play a creature spell, we'll just counter it with Essence Capture. This is one of my recovery cards. Should I be on the back foot, I'll just destroy all creatures in game. So we certainly have a better start to the stream than the last one we had with these green-white. Let's open that pack and see if there's anything funny in here. Anything of interest. Lots of wild cards. How many wild cards do I have? I can't see that right now. Naga Eternal. I know all of these cards. I've seen them. Tyrant Scorn. Choose one. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. That's actually quite nice for 2 mana. Or return target creature to its owner's hand. This is actually really nice. A really nice card. For the mana sources, for blue and red, it basically has both components of these colors where creatures get destroyed or removed from the game or bounce back to the owner's hand. Really nice card, design-wise. I really like this. And then we have Living Twister. Discard a land card. Living Twister deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, so if you have excess lands, you just get rid of it that way. And return a tapped land you control to its owner's hand. So you can tap a forest for mana and then tap 2 more to throw that forest at the enemy's face, basically. It could win you the game in the end if you're like stalled or really want to win this turn instead of next turn, I guess. So I have 8 commons, 14 uncommons, 2 rare and 2 mythic rare wild cards. That I have not, whoops, that's not the game what we want, that I have not put in any deck yet. So, as far as Constructed goes, I can fill in some small gap with a mythic or 2, or a rare or 2. But I don't see myself playing Constructed outside of next week's game mode, really. Angrath, Captain of Chaos. We have 2 little mana sources. If we... no, we mulligan. We keep this hand though. And then we put you on the bottom since you're on our 4 mana slot. And we have only 3 lands right now. And we need a swamp really to get Ravenous Harpy. Okay, interesting. We will... oh, this feels very much like shooting myself in the foot right now. I don't know why he blocked there. He might have a good reason. We will get the Harpy out. No, not yet. We will... I don't know why my opponent mentioned that he good game. Why he said good game. That confuses me more than anything. World Soul Colossus, okay. Sure. We don't have that black mana source. We could play the Harpy. And then next turn, Act of Treason. End of his turn we bedeck, and then beginning of my turn we Act of Treason, attack with the World Soul Colossus, and afterwards sacrifice the Colossus.
Steadfast in all your ways.
Yeah, sure.
With me.
Yeah. Do your thing. We should have bedecked. We did not bedeck correctly. I should have bedecked before all these counters went on. Yeah, we'll just eat them. No blocks. We did not play that turn correctly. Anywho, we will Act of Treason. The Doot. And then attack dude. The dude. The dude. The dude. Lay and this one. Or this way. Interesting block, which is fine with me.
We must regroup.
Yeah, that's fine. I could have eaten this guy, but now I can do this. Yeah. So I did not play that turn correctly either. Let's hope he doesn't grow 3 more counters. Seal away. Who are you sealing away? Could use a black mana source. That's 13. Okay. Yeah, we played 2 turns wrong there, so that gave him the advantage that he needed to eke out the win. That was totally on me. We could have won that, or we could have at least survived past that turn if we did not, if I had played my cards correctly with the Bedak, and then with the sacrifice afterwards. No black mana source, but 2 spells I can play early on. So I'm gonna start out with the I started with the card that comes into play tabbed anyways. My opponent did not mulligan. Also a nice card for this game mode, really. I don't have anything for 2 mana, so it doesn't really matter which card I play, since I'm not playing anything this turn anyways. But if I had to sacrifice or if I had to discard one, I'd rather discard a single color land than a dual color land. So yeah, we are far behind now. Very far behind. Very, very far behind. Yeah, the power curve is definitely something different in his deck than whatever I threw together here. And I think that's basically game, since because we didn't do much for anything. Yeah. Didn't draw any of my bounces or removals, or basically had to construct my removal too complicated to deal with the situation. I think I figured my streaming setup and why I had this is risky. Why I had drop frames a couple of streams ago, so we don't have any drop frames yet for this stream, which I count as a success. As far as the streaming setup is concerned. I don't have any pollen-bred druids. That should tell you how small my actual library of cards in the game is. Crankopin's Kingpin works okay with the stealth mission, since he needs to attack to get goblins. This can get him attacking without running the danger of being blocked to death. I think that's what we're going to do next turn, so we can amass some cannon fodder. And then alternatively we bounce his army, but then he still has a pollen-bred druid that's ginormous. 4 damage, come on. Why would I block that? Yes, please. Stealth mission. Tokens. Goblins. Next turn, either Angrath to give all my creatures menace. Yeah, I know that move. And then Callous Dismissal, or Callous Dismissal now. Basically we can do Angrath and he has no blockers.
You're just fuel for the fires of freedom. The only prize I desire is your head.
So we attack with everyone but 3. We can't attack with everyone, since we get new goblins. We get 5 new ones. Actually, we got 6 new ones. I would have sold myself short. And I totally did not see that we would win this turn. Verity Circle. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, you may draw a card. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, you may draw a card. Ah. So should you tap him for an ability, basically, or every time it taps except for attacking, yeah, you have the chance to draw a card if you want to. And then you can use it to tap creatures without flying. Very nice. We'll just keep playing. Today's stream will be a little bit shorter. Oh yeah, and a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. since it still is Father's Day, at least on the West Coast. Here in the US, we can't play Gleaming Overseer, so we will play what we draw, I guess, and if we don't draw anything, we'll just lose. So I'll get the... do I have more double red or do I have more double... So we don't have anything this turn, so we'll play this anyways. I like the fact that he blocked there, because that gives me a chance to not, or at least delay the unwieldiness of the token army by one turn. Ugh. We know that guy. Grateful Apparition. I don't have any available to me, otherwise I would have definitely added it to my green-white deck. That is faux show. So Invade the City doesn't do anything right now because it has no cards. So that's why we will mass one, and he would need to block it with both of his creatures if he wants to eat it. Growth Barrel. Yes, yes, yes. You do that. We keep amassing. You keep proliferating. Yeah, I have a feeling that blue, green, white's really like between... I think blue-green is probably the best combination for this type of game mode, with all the merfolk interacting with one another. Do we want to get hopeful? Do we want to hope that we crush the Descent next turn, or do we amass? I think we amass. Amass is the turn to go.
Never seen water burn. If you want it, fight for it.
And then we will attack with this doodaloo. And then if he goes for my Planeswalker, so be it. He forgot to attack with his Grateful Apparition last turn. This is really weird since it's proliferate on white. The proliferate keyword is not really at home with the white color. Yeah, this is getting dangerous territory here. Yep, that dude's not flying. Don't know why he didn't attack last turn.
The fire's out, but the embers burn on.
Then the army you mass deals 2 damage. Deals damage equal to its power to each non-army creature. Yeah, I think that's the move. I think that is the move. since he did not have a Planeswalker. And that's win. We top decked our win. We top decked the win. Let's play it 3 more wins and then call it a stream till we get our rewards booster. We'll open it up on stream and then let's hope it doesn't take half an hour longer. If we can eke out these wins quickly and then call it a night. We have multicolor. Let's keep that. Let's give ourselves a challenge, shall we? Start out with that guy. Then we have turn 3 Ravenous Harpy. Or Exclusion Mage. I think turn 3 Exclusion Mage is even better. That keeps his army small. Maybe we can play the deck right this time. Okay. What do we do? We still can bedeck next turn. We wanna get out the Harpy, I feel. Another land would be nice next turn. Even if it's one that comes into play tapped, I'll accept that. I really want to get 4 mana sources. He's ineffed by not having a green mana source right now. Sweet, sweet, sweet draw. That was a really nice draw. So, if he does not block, stop an opponent's second main. Yeah, I wanna bedeck when his counters go on. I really wanna do it right this time. So attack. Ah, I should have attacked with. So I say I want to do it right this time, and then I don't because Ravenous Harpy's not attacking. So much for that. Okay, so since we don't need to bedeck anymore, we will Shahili, since we have bedeck and Callous Dismissal as potential targets for sacrifice. Since we can use her Thopters to feed to the Harpy. Yeah, sure. My turn. Yes, nice. This will give me back my army.
Here be monster. Come on.
And then we can yeah. Next. Yeah, he's basically done. He's basically effed by not having a green mana source available. That's what's keeping him up right now, or what's giving him trouble.
Fight for it.
I will Skatewing. I will dismissal this guy, so he has no blockers, or he has the one blocker that can't block, so that target effect you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control. Let's make this dude a copy of this dude. Does it make it a 6/6?
Genius does.
Wait, what? Oh, I can only have one army. That wasn't so genius. Genius me. We can still be deck at the end of his turn though. Meh. That wasn't quite the best move, I guess. But we learned something important, I guess. So I'll take the best from that. Yeah, I guess if you're trying to copy something that's legendary, yep, then that doesn't work, I guess. Pass. We're not gonna be deck since that's not gonna kill Angrath. We can block though, since that's gonna get rid of his Doodlerino. Resolve. Sure. We have so many options, really. Make him grow.
The only prize I desire is your head.
Yeah, we're not winning because our deck is very good, we're winning because he's not drawing any forests or green mana sources for that matter. And I feel I should eat the Exclusion Mage just for the fact that that gets counters on Ravenous Harpy. Sure, yeah. Disable it for one more turn. I could also get... Yeah, no. I'll leave the Exclusion Mage alone. I will eat the Thopter should I have a spare at some point. Which I basically can win this game. All I need to do is... use this ability to eat the Exclusion Mage and attack. Okay. I was confused why it was giving me so many trigger opportunities. That's why I just didn't click through. But it's getting late and obviously make more mistakes. Flying Lifelink Sadistic Sky Marcher. Interesting. Yes, this looks perfect, almost perfect. We'll start out with the Dragon Skull Summit turn 1, Island turn 2 with into Lazotep River. Iron Bully turn 3 with the mountain. And then after that we hopefully drew something that will help us. This does not help us. Blue and white. I was expecting this stupid proliferate flare. Martyr for the course dies, proliferate. Interesting. Not attacking yet. This guy has built-in menace, this guy does not have anything built in. Yes, makeshift marshal. Good card for this game mode. Double blues. We'll have double blue available next turn. So we're building up this stalemate. I'm gonna eat this guy. And then get 10 to the face, or block the damage since I will play widespread brutality. I could play widespread brutality next turn. I'm far behind and not getting creatures. I'm not getting creatures in. Could deal 7 damage, but then I would get shits more. Oh shoot. I should have played the mountain to get the dual red cost playable. But as I said, I'm making more and more mistakes as the day gets later and later, I guess. Yeah, right. What? Exile target creature, then proliferate? Right. Eat them. Get 8. So I really need to bounce his army, and I am not drawing any of my bouncers. But I can make my army grow past his playing this.
You're just fuel. Come on!
No attackers in case he gets rid of my army. I still have Iron Bully left to block. Like if he bounces my army. What found the tokens to control, have flying. GG. Yeah. Just like similar functionality like Skatewing. He circumvented the blockers. But that was a nice example for how a game goes if you're really not missing any on your early games, early game moves. It can go both ways, basically. Colors dismissal. Yeah, we have all 3 mana colors that we need. What better hand could I ask for? And I could maybe ask for a turn 1 or turn 2 creature maybe. But we have 2 turn 3 options. Yep. Okay, so mono green, or do you have your second color already in hand? Yes, Gleaming Overseer is a nice option. I'm not bouncing since he might be blocking. So I'm saving my bounce for something that grew out of hand. Looks like mono green to me. Mono green, mono. We don't have black, so I'll play our red mana source. I will. Will I? Yay. This guy gets tokens by himself. That's the bully girl. No attacks. Okay, let's get ahead in damage. I like that this artwork, like the army artwork, gets like more and more of these soldiers, the more and more counters that are on there, like in the artwork itself. Time to bounce wounds. Yeah, I think it's time to bounce. But who? Since we have widespread brutality, we'll bounce the army. And then we attack. With the army. He would have to block with both of the creatures, which he does not. So next time, if he gets out of hand, we can just widespread brutality. Mono green. Movu. That burly dog we had yesterday that we were looking at. So if we amass 2, we only deal 8 damage. We would need to we need to deal 8 damage. He will not get his army back next turn. Do we risk it? Risk the biscuit? We'll just attack with this Doodledino. Let's see what happens to us this turn, and he will just proliferate out of control. Yeah, I did not see that. Pass. We did not top deck. We can wipe the board. We can wipe the board. He needs to block this. But he'll also get a blocker each turn now. He paid kicker. We let that resolve, and then two, 4, 6, 8. I'll eat 2 of yours. I'll just put it in here as a blocker in case he gets like 20 damage on the board for 8 mana. I guess he doesn't. Alright, one more win. And we get our rewards for today. If you're interested, I think while we're waiting for this game to load, I think it's a question of priority between the program that I use for streaming, which is Streamlabs OBS, and Magic the Gathering, which is pretty demanding in terms of CPU. Since you see it stutter occasionally, which is in the game client, it's not really that my computer is slow or anything. It's more that there's things happening in the game executing that makes it stutter. That and streaming at the same time doesn't play nice with one another. So that will result in dropped frames basically. And since now Streamlabs has more priority than the game, the CPU will focus on getting the frames out to you guys and reduce priority for the game client basically. So that when this guy gets stuttering, it does not hog all the resources for Streamlabs to still stream, to still be able to stream. At next turn, we really would like to draw a... next turn, we really like to draw a different colored Manosaurus than red. Preferably a blue-black... Blue-red is fine too. Preferably a blue-red Manosaurus. Do I play this right now? I could honor the god Pharaoh. If I chose to do so. Yes, I will do that. Which card will I discard? I really need a blue mana source. I should have probably not done this. I should have probably not done this. That was a stupid move. I should have played the Guild Gate so I have a blue mana available next turn. Yeah, this was stupid. This was stupid. Because now I'm in turn 4, I still have no blue mana. I hold him at bay currently with because my creatures are growing ahead of his. That's why we're in the stalemate situation, but he's catching up big time, if not... Yeah, he's catching up big time. Thanks for not attacking. You should have not done that. You should have not done that. Because now we're effed. You should have not done that. We will bounce the adapt. Since it's the only creature really that we will bounce the adapt using our exclusion mage. None of the other creatures have tokens on them right now, so that's fine. I will wait. Yes, you have mana open, so I will not risk my conjurant. I will not risk my conjurant. I have to remember that he has probably a +3/+3 or +4/+4. He probably has the +3/+3, so it only costs 1 mana to buff his Jade Bearer. He would have gotten lethal had he played that into me blocking. Had we not played that, we would have been done by now. 6, 12, 14, 15, It's not getting me there.
Ever seen water burn?
Since we're done anyways,
If you want it, fight.
this is 16 damage. We're 4 damage short. Yeah, I guess you guys by now know which move I made that was the wrong move. And that was around the Izzet Guild Gate. Knowing his deck now, I will probably still wouldn't have lost, but that definitely was the point of him spiraling out of control for my deck, where we played it wrong. I played it wrong. I have anything black? No, I do now. But this one, there's only island or mountains, so I think I'll play this turn 1. Then there's no question. Utopian Speaker, when they're automatically enter the battlefield, if you control another creature with a +1 color, draw a card. Nice. I've not seen that card before. Zagana. And he chooses to put that in his graveyard. I do not want to know what else he has in his hand. That is better than Zagana at this point. I will bedeck this Branchwalker. Since I always seem to play that card wrong anyways. Another one I haven't seen before, Growth Chamber Guardian. I will just get more Growth Chamber Guardians, I guess. We will play our Hellion and get our army back by means of Aven Eternal next turn. And really hope for a land draw. We really hope for a land draw. I don't think I have any mother sources outside of... Nah. Okay, so now we're so too far behind. I don't think I can swing this around. I do not think I can swing this around. I will... If we were guaranteed a land next turn... I would have less of a problem. Because that would mean I would trigger the +1/+1 counter ability. Shark to Crab. I'm definitely lost at this point. If he bounces the Hellion again, we can just give up. Yeah, I don't think we can recover from this since we don't have the Hellion for blocking. Yep, that's it. So many cards I haven't seen yet. Shark to Crab and Growth Chamber Guardian. It's getting in that time range again where the stream takes longer than I originally anticipated, but since we haven't reached our goal yet of getting our last reward for the day, we really need to edge out that win. And then I think that I'm done with this counters game mode since it's really it's nice, it's fun, but I don't think that it's fun that it motivates that long. What's happening here? Why don't we get cards? Why don't we get cards? Ah, here they go. We want to shoot ourselves in the foot? No. We have like, we couldn't even, if this was a mountain, if this was a swamp right here, I might keep that hand. But this is even worse. Yeah, we just don't play and try again. I'm sorry from our opponent to having giving him this free win without playing his cards, but really there's no point in falling so far behind. It's also kind of a dick move to keep mulligan until you have like your perfect starting hand. But that's definitely more fun than having to endure through a game where you know you're likely not gonna win anyways. So our opponent seems to be thinking really hard about his decision. We don't really have much. We have Krenko. So if we don't draw anything significant by turn 3, then we might as well give up 2 for this game. We have double blacks in hand, so we start out with the black, then mountain next, and then we'll decide whether we will be Devil or Krenko. If he only has his token army by then in play, we will definitely Krenko, so that we can bedevil any potential blockers, or we bedevil the token army. This is fine since these are saplings and not tokens. Franco. Still not really dangerous since they don't grow over time. Francoing here is a bit pointless, I feel. Just one more blocker. Need to get the creature count up. If we draw a land, we might be able to get his counters going. Between honor, no, we only have 5. We're not getting his counters going. He has saplings amass. That hurts. He's just basically winning by not playing the game. Yeah, we can give up at this point, I think. I don't see a way to get out of this. He just won by taking a deck that grows faster than the tokens from constructed, and really disregarded any of the mechanics of these +1/+1 emblem, which obviously is a successful strategy against less potent decks like mine. But also, where's the fun in that? Because then you might as well just play constructed. Again, these weird hands, we have the mana. No, we're not winning these games. This is worse. And now we just concede and start over. Sorry, Will. I don't have the time to sit through a game where I know I'm already far behind, like by forever basically, and I know my deck, so I know I don't have the cards in the deck, or my library for that matter, to recover from being so far behind. Yeah, I will gladly get rid of a Ravenous Heart before a card. And then I'll get rid of the other Ravenous Harpy. Since Devouring Hellion can also eat the Thop tokens. Should give him a token, right? He's just deciding whether he wants to put it on top of his deck or in the graveyard. He wants to put it on top of his deck. Interesting choice. He must have plenty of lands in his hand. So, what are we doing? We're not attacking, so we will spend our mana for this. And this. I think you're the weakest link in our deck, in our hand right now. So he has gazillions mana.
Much to learn from symbiotic relationships. Be your best self.
So he'll pull out all Growth Chamber Guardians from his deck now. Four mana. Nope. 3 mana. Blue, blue, black. Yeah, we can enter the God Eternals to get our token army back and also get rid of his token army. Jadelight Ranger would have grown out of control by then, but he could block with it. How many do you have in your deck? I hope you're only 4. I got rid of 1, so it's all 3 of them.
I will help you through this.
Ugh. Also a very good Planeswalker. Not only in this game mode, but in general. Play your other Growth Chamber Guardians, I guess. Nope. Yep, we're done. Not much we can do. Not with this deck. What am I doing now? 4 damage to target creature, and you gain life equal to damage dealt this way. Target player. Oh, target player. Yes. Okay. This is pointless. I have not played enough sorceries yet. We basically lost. We lost at this point. No cantrip. Okay.
share in my strength.
His deck's basically enabled by the Planeswalker, which gives you an idea how powerful the Planeswalker is in general, and especially in this game mode. There's not much to this deck than what is enabled by the counters from his Planeswalker. That's all there is to it, basically. And our opponent is just sitting there and like ramping up until he swings in for the final blow. So this is like a drag fest. It keeps dragging on. And now we're in a time range where I didn't want to go. It seems like all players that have like mediocre decks don't want to play anymore, and everybody gets like their try-hard pens on. Do I want to block this? I do not want to block this. I don't know what it changes though. Yeah, we'll just give up. It's just taking too long, and I don't really see how I could swing this around, knowing, or I mean by now you have a pretty good idea of this deck. Knowing the cards in this deck, there's really no point in trying. Keep trying. If we don't win early, like the longer this drags out, we'll probably have fewer chances of winning. Let's shoot ourselves in the foot with this hand and just keep it. Because otherwise we will just keep mulliganing. And I don't really want to do that. Come on. Okay. This card keeps me hopeful. I'm not blocking since I plan on playing Eugene's Conjurant next turn, and I wouldn't get my army if I did. Also, my draw does not make me hopeful. Since we really need 2 more lands to play our hand. This is important that it's +1/+1 and not a +1/+1 counter. So this guy does not go permanently. This is important. Very, very important. We got lucky once there. We got really lucky. He has more flyers than we have. We have more. We get excellent draws here. This is super important. We have 4, we have 7, we have 10 damage on the board. This does exactly nothing. It gives a 1. So we'll play this and prevent him from blocking. From attacking, since now we have flyers too. Okay. Okay. So he got his Thundering Drake online. Thunder Drake. Thunder Drake. And now we have the issue that we need to win next turn with Herald of Streams.
You're just fuel for the fires. Come on, then.
And we cannot do that. We cannot do that. We get 2 more damage if all goes well, so that we have 11 and 8, which is only 19. Yep. We need to win next turn and we can't.
I've weathered tougher storms than you.
Or we clear the board. We can't, we don't have the mana for it. Yep, so we're Dunst. We Dunst. We Dunst. Oh, this didn't even count for itself. I was confused there for a second. Come on, doodle-doo. Deep doodle-dee doodle-doo. Duffman. Come on, Duffman. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why he's blocking that brutal, but only thing I can do is block like that. I don't know what he did there. Or what he tried to do. I feel like the harder, the longer the day, the harder it gets. We just need to find one with a mediocre draw. Does Paco Petrata look like someone we can get lucky against? I'm sorry, Paco, but I'm neutral. That does not make me hopeful. You have no maximum hand size. Okay. That card indeed does not make me hopeful for anything. I really need the mana, so I'm discarding this one. I really need the mana. It doesn't look too terribly bad right now. Yeah, our opponent saw the same thing. And let's call the stream for today. Wait, oh, we'll open that pack that we get as a reward. We got Enhanced Surveillance. We look at an additional 2 cards each time you surveil, exile, enhanced surveillance, shuffle your graveyard into your library. Okay, yeah, I see that working with the surveil keyword. Then we'll open that pack real quick. Another Gateway Plaza, another Dovin, another Teo, really good cards. Turret Ogre. When Turret Ogre enters the battlefield, if you believe it or not, I do not own a Turret Ogre in my library. When Turret Ogre enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with power 4 or greater, Turret Ogre deals 2 damage to each opponent. It doesn't do enough for the cost. It has an okay body. Oh, it has reach. Well, yeah, it still doesn't do enough for me. Flying 3, 4, 4, 5. It's almost solid. My first Pollenbright Druid. When Pollenbright Druid enters the battlefield, choose one. Yes, Pollenbright Druids. And this card would go into the white and green deck that I put together. My first Pollenbright Druid. And that means something, since this is a common card. I should have more than just one copy of this card. And then we got Sarkar the Masterless. Whenever a creature attacks you or a Planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Okay, so it only really makes sense to put it into a deck where you have dragons already. Each Planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 dragon creature and gains flying. So he becomes a dragon, a 4/4 red dragon too. Or create tokens. So he can become a dragon, or he can make dragons. Okay. But playing him by himself, it probably takes a long time to get this engine running to significance. Alrighty. That's it. We don't have enough coins to buy a second pack. Again, this was the game mode Commence the Endgame, part 4 of the War of the Spark tie-in with Magic the Gathering Arena. I hope you liked the stream. The technical quality should be flawless today. I'm really surprised that for the last 2 hours we did not drop a single frame. But I think I'm getting my setup under control more and more the more often I stream. So leave a thumbs up on the platform you're watching this, or subscribe, or add a comment and what you would like to see next. I'll probably... So this game mode's going on for a couple more days, and then part 5 is coming up in the near future. I'll definitely do a stream for part 5. Unless you have a specific request, I'll see what I will do. Until then, have a good night and goodbye. See you next time.